vocab word, percent. I know you've heard of it before. It's defined as a ratio of a number to 100 shown by a percent sign. We know percent means per 100. So example number 2 is find the percent to the nearest whole percent. So if it's a decimal point, just round off to the nearest whole. $3.40 tip on an $18 meal. So let's start with a ratio of $3.40 compared to $18. Well, this 340 is going to be a part of the 18. The 18 is the whole. So the whole is the 100 in a percent, and I'm going to use P as the percent. I now have a proportion set up. So in order to solve, I can try and think of a way of changing this into that. If I'm struggling with that, what I can also do is just use cross products, and I think I will do that. So in cross products, it's saying that these two fractions are equivalent. So what I'm basically doing is multiplying this side by 100, which would be the $3.40, multiplying this side both by 18, and it will get the denominators on the opposite sides because I'm multiplying them. The shortcut people use is they go 340 times 100. Well, if I was going to do 340 times 100, the 100 would make the decimal move 2 places, so I would be left with 340. And then this is equal to my other circle, which is 18 times P, which is just 18P. So in order to get P by itself, I'm going to divide by 18, and that's what P will equal. If you'd like, I could just simplify this fraction, or I can say, hey, it's a fraction and fractions are division. So I'm going to come over here to the side to do the division. I know that this number is bigger than one whole. It is a percent, so it is going to be out of 100. So when I build... Does that seem like a reasonable tip? Yeah. We usually say it's 15 to 20%, so 19% tip makes sense. One last vocab word, unit analysis. Very helpful, very important. In fact, the definition is writing the units of each variable, I would say variable or number, in a real-life problem to help determine the units for the answer. It also helps you set up the equation to solve. Units can actually cross-simplify, and that's what we're going to do in the unit analysis. So number 4, convert 5 cups to fluid ounces. And they give you that 1 cup is the same as, is equal to 8 fluid ounces. So I'm going to start with my 5 cups. And I'm going to multiply this by a big, gigantic 1. Funny looking one, but it's something I've learned and it's kind of helpful. Now, I'm going to make the 5 cups into a fraction and I'm going to put it over 1. And the goal is I don't want to have the answer in cups, I want the answer in fluid ounces. So in order to do that, I need to cancel out the cups. So see how the cups is in the numerator? Well, that means I want to cross simplify it, so I want the cups in the denominator. And I want to make it into fluid ounces. So the question is, what's going to make up this 1, this big gigantic 1 I have? Well, remember we have this equation that 1 cup is the same as 8 fluid ounces. So 1 cup, the cup is on bottom, so I'm going to put the 1 there, is the same as 8 fluid ounces. Is this in fact equal to 1? Well, yeah, they're the same amount. They'd fill 1 cup. Okay? So this is exactly the same. So when you multiply by 1, you don't actually change the value of it. And what happens is the actual cups simplify out because I have 1 in the numerator and 1 in the denominator, and 5 times 8 is 40. So I have 40 fluid ounces. So 5 cups is the same as 40 fluid ounces. Let's try number 2. Converting 470 Ethiopian birrs to US dollars. This is a real life example. You're going to go, hopefully travel to different countries, and you want to know, hey, I have 470 of these. What does this mean in US dollars? So they'll always give you an exchange rate. They're saying that $1 is equal to 7.821 birrs. So I'm going to start with what I know. I have 470 birrs. And again, I'm going to put it over a 1. And I'm going to multiply this by a big, gigantic 1. Now my goal is to cross simplify the birrs. So if I want to simplify it out, I need the birrs on bottom. And on top, the US dollars. So what do they tell me? Well, they tell me $1, 1 US dollar, is 7.821 birrs. Well, the $1 US dollar is on top, and the 7.821 birrs is on bottom. So again, I see that the birrs simplify out. I'm left with dollars. That's great. But in this one, I end up with 470 times 1 is 470 over 1 times 7.821 is 7.821. So I still have some numbers, and this doesn't look like it's going to simplify out very easily, so it's a fraction, and fractions are division. I've already done the division. I've already plugged in my calculator. 470 divided by 7.821. It equals 60.0946, la la la. Okay? We want to just know to the closest dollar. So basically, 470 birrs is approximately 60 US dollars.